Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to Wealth Not Wait. I am your host, as always, Joseph Coizza. And on today's episode, we are talking about experiences and learning from experiences. So kind of you all to drop in today and learn about experiences and learning from experiences. Jumping right into it, learning from experiences is something that's extraordinarily important, something I am very big on, especially related to traditional education to non-traditional education, but just in life in general. You're not going to know something or truly learn it or truly understand it until you experience it for yourself, until you can do it, until you know that process and you go, okay, I can now apply it to what I need to apply it to. Until you can do that, you do not truly know that process. So I was reading a book, which I'm going to get into a book review and talk about a little bit. But I was reading a book and it was talking about just being kind to people and talking to people and how that could help you progress a lot further, both in life and in business, and how being an active and good listener. That's something that I learned a long time ago, and it taught a little bit about it. It's like, well, when you talk to someone, you let them finish their sentence, you really take interest in them, and you hear what they have to say, and then you can say back to them, okay, well, I understand you feel this way, this. Here's how we should handle the situation then. And you're able to actively work with it, not just wait for your turn to speak. That's something I learned a long time ago, especially working in customer service, especially working with problem customers. We have a video talking about that. Working at the restaurant, being a small business is completely different from where also I worked at Target and corporate. Completely different things, but a lot of that stays the same. And I was also very good with customers in that regard, because I actively listened to people. I understood what they were trying to say. And it talks about just having people feel heard. Again, another thing I talked about is having people feel heard. Now, I had never read this book before. I've read other leadership books and stuff like that before, but before I started doing this, I hadn't read any book like that. So I already had that prior experience. Now going into it, I could connect the new thing that I'm learning or the new possible way of doing it with what I already know from my experience. I can now mesh that together and go out into the world with a more refined, better setup, and I have a better way of experiencing and talking to people, especially when it's something like communication. Communication, again, as Warren Buffett said, is like one of the most important things you can do. If you can communicate with other people, that's it, you win. You win in life, win with finances, win with business, win with health, everything. Because you communicate what you want and you understand what the other person is telling you. If you want to go out and learn how to lose weight and you talk to a fitness trainer, being able to communicate exactly what you want in your goals and then also understanding what they're giving you back to you is going to be an extraordinarily important experience. But that's more on communication. As far as learning from experience, again, everything involving weight loss, you can sit here and listen, and I applaud you and I'm very thrilled, because if you're watching this, there's a chance you're interested in bettering yourself and making yourself better in some way, shape, or form, especially related to weight loss and or finance. So being better and trying to improve yourself is an extraordinarily amazing goal. And it's something that you need to actively experience. You could watch all my videos and, read about weight loss and track calories and everything that the cows come home, but until you actually track your calories, until you actually go out and try and do the exercise, until you actually lift the dumbbells or go running or, run a 5K or whatever it is that you're going to do to get in better shape, until you actually do that, you're not going to know what it's like firsthand. You understand, okay, I understand picking up something heavy hurts and it's a strenuous activity, but until you actually do it consistently, you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and exercise or whatever time you exercise, until you actively and consistently do it, and then you see the results, slowly but surely, and then you make those big improvements over time. Until you actually do that, you don't truly know what the experience is or truly know what the experience feels like. You may, be somebody who sees other people work out and have that kind of attainment and get to their level of fitness, but until you do it, you don't know, oh yeah, this is like the best feeling in the world, knowing that I brought myself from a place I wasn't happy with to a place I am happy with. I am in control here, and I did it, I put the work in, and now I'm somewhere I'm happy with. That feeling is an extraordinary thing, but until you experience it for yourself, you truly don't know what it feels like. And again, trust me, it is an extraordinary experience. Same thing goes for your finances. If you're just like, oh, I'm upset all the time, I see these people, they budget, they do this, they do that, I understand how to do it, I know what to do. I'm sure a lot of people can go out there and give business and stock advice, but until they actually increase their net worth, until they actually do something like I did and cut their budget down and invested heavily into the stock market and invest heavily there and increase their net worth, especially at a younger age, and grow and learn from their mistakes and everything, until you actually experience it and know what's going on, you don't truly know how to do it. You can have all the information in the world, but until you experience it, until you actively go out and do it, you don't truly know what it's like. You're not truly prepared for the situation at hand. So same thing with your finances. Until you, okay, I know how to budget, I set that up. Until you actually try and implement a budget, is you're going to realize, oh, hey, from my standpoint, this is how I feel about it. It's easy to read my book, which I recommend everybody goes and gets. Just a little shameless plug there. It's easy to read the book and say, okay, cool, I understand what to do now, but then you have to implement it. You know, I give steps and talk about how to implement it. I'm sure a lot of other books and a lot of other people do. Once you actually implement it, it's not going to help you, for one, and then two, you're not going to know the experience and truly understand. You'll say, okay, no, I just need to cut spending. Once you actually experience it and go, oh, hey, cut spending for me means this now. That's what this means. Oh, hey, cut spending in this area needs to be different. You know, I can't cut out my movie budget because that's the one thing I like, but I could take away from eating out at restaurants because maybe I don't like to eat out at restaurants that much. However, it sets up for you until you truly experience it is that's when you'll really understand it and be able to have it in your mind and say, okay, I know. A lot of people who do fitness gurus, a lot of people who do romance coaching, a lot of people who build businesses, a lot of people who talk about that, but until you truly experience it, they don't truly know. And the same thing again for yourself, until you truly experience it, you don't truly know. You know, so for something in my case, I can go out and talk about being an auto mechanic. You know, I know very, very basic, minute stuff about working on cars, and I do work on my own car to some degree. Obviously, I'm not ripping the engine out or nothing like that. So I can talk about the experience of something I had. Like again, I talked about changing my brakes. So I now understand the experience. So when somebody talks to me about it, I could understand the technical aspect of it before, but now when somebody really talks to me about it, I could understand better. Or when they say, oh yeah, you know, this one bolt here or this, I'm like, oh yeah, that one fucking bolt. And, you know, it doesn't talk about that in the instruction manual. You don't truly know that until you experience it, about the one fucking bolt that always gets stuck because of the way it was made. In the instruction manual, they may not say, hey, there's this one bullshit bolt that we didn't fucking do right. And it's just gonna get stuck on you, so you need to really work on that and fucking loosen this thing up. But going out and experiencing it, you realize that and you know it firsthand because you have that experience. So it helps you better understand the topic, and then two, you're able to execute and do it effectively. So let's talk a little bit about experiences and learning from experiences. Same thing goes to education. You know, you can go out and you can learn about business and read business books until the cows come home. But until you go out and actually form a business or, you know, whatever it is towards that related source of education, obviously you want to be informed. But until you go out and experience it firsthand, you're not going to know the material super well. So you need to go out and have an extraordinarily large amount of experiences, especially experiencing the things that you're very passionate about and want to do. So I hope you guys liked this video. Again, thank you so much for watching videos. If you're watching, you obviously have an extraordinarily strong goal or are somewhat interested in losing weight or increasing your finances or whatever setup, just generally improving yourself, and I commend you on taking that step to improving yourself. If you guys have any questions below, make sure, or if you leave questions below, I'll make sure to get to them and help you out in any way I can. Anything that say, hey, I've been struggling with this, or I have a question about that, or even if it's a comment, you know, tell me I'm an idiot, or just, you know, giving me general praise, that's always appreciated as well, and I'll be sure to help you out with that as best as I can. So I hope you guys like this video, comment, and share this video, and subscribe as well. And I'll see you all next time. Peace.